Welcome back to Mad Marketing's YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, quick brief, we post videos, or I post videos on digital marketing, strategies, tactics, copywriting, and leadership. So today, and if you haven't done so, by the way, like, subscribe if you want to learn more about digital marketing, from email to branding and everything in between, as well as how to be an authentic leader, not one that leads with fear, but one that commands respect and gets respect from others by being the best person you can possibly be. Right? So we're going to jump right in. Today I'm going to be talking about ineffective leadership and effective leadership. This list can go on and on and on. But today I chose 3 things to look at for ineffective and 3 things to look at for effective. And I'm going to provide some broad kind of examples so that you can take these little stories and apply them to other things in your life to help you be a better leader, the leader that you are. So, ineffective leadership. For starters, it's someone who takes the credit. For example, if you are leading a team of people, you are the one who has the final say. You are also the person who is probably coming up with the strategy, everything behind it. It's coming from your mind. However, when you're working in a team, it's very important to be able to listen to your teammates, be able to work with your teammates, right? Give them the space to maneuver and grow. So let's say you guys launch a campaign does amazing, and you're there trying to take all of the credit. You see, there are different kinds of people in this world. There are people who will try to take all the credit, will believe strongly that they deserve all the credit. But as a true leader, I know my value. I know my value. I know what I've brought to the table. And by acknowledging other teammates who brought something of value to the table, that does not take away from me and my contributions. Not at all, not whatsoever. So I have no problem giving credit where credit is due. It doesn't take away from me. I do not need you to compliment me. I do not need you to acknowledge my success. I will acknowledge my own success. That is the value that I bring to the table. I understand and know what it is for what it is. I will not push that on you for you to acknowledge it, because I know for myself what I brought to the table. And so when you know for yourself what you bring to the table, and you're solid at your core, and you have this kind of self-love for yourself, you are able to share that credit because it takes nothing away from you. Next, micromanagers, right? So I get it. If it's your business, if it's your idea, it's your baby, you want it to be successful. So you might start micromanaging people. This is another example of ineffective leadership. You cannot micromanage people. If you hired someone to work with you, work for you, you need to trust in yourself, in your ability to choose the right candidate. That's where it all starts. If you need to micromanage somebody, that tells me more about you than about the candidate. The candidate might have all the chops he or she needs to get the job done and get the job done well. However, with you micromanaging this employee or this team member, you are taking away his or her ability to show their chops and do the work that they're hired for the way that they envision it best to be done. Micromanaging needs to stop. If you find yourself doing this, look internally. Why are you micromanaging? Is it trust issues? Is it something, do you not trust this person? But always check yourself first. This is a leader. A leader does not say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Do it this way, this way, this way. A leader will sit back, trust that he's hired the right candidate, or trust that she's hired the right candidate to do the job. I will sit back and let you move the way you move. However, I also have strict boundaries, which will become known. I will make them evident. I will let you know what things you cannot do, and I will share with you the vision in my head that you are here to help me create. I will make sure to do that clearly and simply. If you overstep, if you continue to get things wrong after I've given you chances, then you step in. But a leader does not micromanage. Next, doesn't trust. So that's another thing. Actually doesn't trust, not trusting the team or the people that you're working with can lead to micromanaging. It could lead to like office politics, and it's just a bunch. I don't know if I can curse, but I'm going to say it here. It's just a bunch of bullshit, right? Leaders don't play these games. We wake up in the morning with a vision and a purpose. So when it's time to get to work, we get to work. When it's time to play, we know how to play. So by not trusting someone, that usually lies within yourself and a particular emotion that you're having based off of a particular story that you're creating in your own mind. All right. So learn to trust others. Sit back, and the way you learn to trust people is by believing who they present themselves to be. You can't make people do anything. You can't control other people. So allow them the freedom to be exactly who they are and make your decisions based off of their actions. I've learned that 90 or 93% of communication is through body language. So I'd actually recommend body language, like learn to understand body language. Because a lot of the times what people say, you can tell if it's not congruent with their body language. And if that's the case, then you understand that something's wrong, regardless of what they're saying. So definitely learn how to understand body language. I'll actually make a note after this video because that's something that I want you upcoming leaders to know. Learn how to read people just by looking at them. Learn how to size someone up just by looking at them. This is extremely important, especially as a leader. Most things are said through a vibe. And you need to be weary enough to pick that up. Now, let's talk about effective leadership. Effective leadership. First on this is hard earned. That's right, hard earned. You know what that means? That means tough love. You're not going to get a compliment from me every day on every project, on everything that you do. No. I'm not here to validate you. However, when I am genuinely impressed by what you've accomplished, I will give you a genuine compliment. Hard earned. It's not going to come frequently at all. I need to genuinely be impressed, and I'm not just going to say it just to help you feel better. I'll offer pick-me-ups, right? I'll give you pickups sometimes. I'll tell you, hold your head high, pick your head up when I see that you're looking down. But I'm not going to sit there and talk you through it or walk you through it and just give you compliments simply to make you feel better. But I will look out for how you're feeling, and I would let you know it's okay. Right? So that's hard earned. When you're the type of person who just compliments everybody for everything, your compliments are no longer genuine. And you must always be genuine. If you're not genuine, you're no longer authentic. If you're not authentic, you cannot be a leader. Leaders are authentic people, true to themselves in every way possible. And that doesn't mean that they don't make mistakes. They make mistakes. But a leader would say, oh, I made a mistake. It's that simple. All right, next. Steps back. Like I said before with the micromanaging, in effective leadership, the leader truly steps back. He will do the work. He will learn to size people up. So this way the interview process could be so much easier. All the questions you have to ask don't really explain to you who that person is and what that person would be like to work with, right? Because they might be nervous or something like that. And that's why it's important to pick up on body language and understanding the energy in the room, especially during an interview. Some of you might think this is crazy, but this is so true. I've actually had the opportunity to do interviews, and there was this one woman who she she was speaking a mile a minute, right? And some people might just sit there and think, "Oh wow, okay, she talks way too much. She's so annoying. I can't stand to do any more interviews." And so that is your average person's mindset. The leader's mindset already knows and understands what this person is feeling, and it's showing through their body language and through their energy and the energy in the room. So what I did in that situation was let her know, you're doing a great job. It's okay. You don't have to be nervous. That's it. That's simple. It didn't make her all the way calm, but it helped, right? And so that's why it's important to understand the energy, understand body language. And that helps you, again, from the top, you hire the right candidate, and then you can step back. You don't have to micromanage. You step back and you view. That is part of effective leadership, the ability to step back and allow things to happen. Guides goes first. Here is another example of effective leadership. And I have a little anecdote to go along with this one. So, a leader guides people in the right direction. Sometimes employees fail. Just like in school, you get bad grades on a test because you didn't study, right? But people are capable of learning if they want to learn. If someone is dedicated to learning something, if someone is dedicated to understanding something, they can do it. And they will do it. So, there are times when your employee doesn't exactly know the best way to go about a situation. There are times where your employee or team member doesn't have the proper knowledge for the task. And so as a leader, what do? Do you cut them off? No. If you cut them off, you set an example for the rest of the team that any kind of lack of is not suitable here. And this prevents people from trying. When you prevent people from trying, you prevent new things from happening. When you prevent new things from happening, you prevent potentially marvelous results from happening. So no, you don't let go of these people like that. You let go of people who have absolutely terrible decision making skills. Like absolutely terrible, or who don't care about the job. But the people who care but just don't know, you guide them. You guide them and you let them know that this is a place where we're here to grow. Not just the business, but you as an employee, you as a person. You're here to grow and you're going to learn. If that's what you want out of this life, that's what you're going to get. You're going to grow and you're going to learn and you're going to feel happy from a job well done. And I'm going to be there to guide you. This is effective leadership. And it goes far. There's a whole rabbit hole you can get into by guidance and then going first, right? So here's an anecdote. And this really happened. I actually love the fact that it did. I remember the first day I started working at this wholesale company. Not the first day, but one I was relatively new. The phones weren't working. I don't even answer the phones. So I stood back. I didn't want to get on my knees and plug everything in. Guess who did? Guess who did? They had to get on their knees, crawl under the table to mess around with the telephone jack. Guess who did it? The CEO, the owner of the company, right in front of me. At that time, at that age, in my mind, I was like, I'm not getting on my knees. I'm not getting on the floor for this. But the owner of the company did. Now you think about that. The owner of the company got on the floor, crawled under the table to fix the telephone jack. And I'm standing there like I don't want to, like I'm like some big shit, right? Well, guess what? I wasn't. I was taught a valuable ass lesson that day. You are never too important. You are never too much of a big shot or a big deal to get dirty, to get the job done, to do what is needed of you. So when I was thinking I'm some kind of big shot, because I know my marketing, and I brought this company, I've been growing their sales like 30% year over year, top level. But you are never too big shot to step up to the plate. And that's what he did. He saw something that needed to be done. He stepped up to the plate and got it done. This is a leader. It takes absolutely nothing away from him to have done that. In fact, I respect him so much for that. Just like I mentioned earlier in the video, with taking credit. You don't have to take the credit. You can give credit where credit is due and know that that takes nothing away from you. Doing something that the fake, thing that society has pushed on you as doing something lowly does not take anything away from you. The fact that you don't care at all, you will step up to the plate and get it done and know that it takes nothing away from you. That says a lot about the person as a character, and that kind of character earns respect. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really hope that you guys are going to be taking some value with this, and do yourselves the favor. Being an authentic leader, it's not just like you learn some tips, you watch some videos, and it's done, and you got it. That's not how it works. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. In every situation, you need to be able to remind yourself, like, am I being an authentic leader? You know, could I have handled that differently? It needs to be done every day, constantly. Remind yourself. And it gets better, it gets easier over time. You start growing into a person who doesn't have to think about it. It's just natural. Like, you have no thoughts in your mind, and you're just responding in a way that's natural to you, that shines through the authentic leader in you. So that's what it is. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share this video with anybody who you think can find some value in it, because that's what we're here to do. I'm here to give this value to you guys and help you shine and be the authentic person that you are, because that authentic person is the leader in you, and I just want to help bring that out. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.